Tell us a little bit about Will McDonald that you know about, and do you think Will McDonald is going to succeed in the NFL as far as what you've seen so far?
I don't think it was as much of a reach as it looks on paper, just because of the pre-draft kind of buzz wasn't there for McDonald. I mean, outside of Will Anderson, he's probably the best pure pass rusher in this draft. And that's what you take at 15, right? Like, you take the best pure pass rusher, multiple years, consistent success. He's quick. That first step, the bend around the edge is so smooth and just tough to block.
Levon Miller spin too. Don't forget that.
Right. I mean, look, he's got some moves, and it's multiple years too of production. It's not just a one-year wonder here, like Jermaine Johnson was last year. I think it's a very different player. So would I have taken him at 15? Probably not. But I do think this could be a pick we look back on and say, like, wow, the Jets, that was a much better draft pick than some of these guys that went after him that we thought were better than Will McDonald.
So speaking of the Patriots, they got a bargain with Christian Gonzalez.
Did they ever?
Some guy that a lot of people were surprised fell to 17.
He doesn't like him. I saw him shaking his head.
Devon Witherspoon. Devon Witherspoon at 5, and then Washington taking Emmanuel Forbes at 16. Are you surprised that they went in those directions? Are you surprised that he fell?
A little bit. I was a fan of Gonzalez. I mean, I had him as a top 10 pick, as my top corner in the draft. I think you just see a theme with how these teams attack the corner position. Is you either have to be a physical tackler, press corner, Deontay Banks or Devin Witherspoon, or you have to make plays like Emmanuel Forbes, 6 pick sixes in his career. Christian Gonzalez is super smooth. The back pedal's perfect. He mirrors really well, but he doesn't play the ball. He's not going to tackle you. Like, he's just always stuck to you. He's stuck to the receiver. And to me, that is what I want a corner to do. I think the NFL is kind of almost moving away from that. They want the zone big play guys. They want the press and tackle the running back guys. Like, Christian Gonzalez probably isn't going to tackle you, but if he can cover you, he doesn't have to. I like the pick for them. I think it does fit the Patriots more than it would have the Seahawks or even Washington. But I was surprised he was there at 17.
The two best centers in this draft went to the New York Jets and the New York Giants. What did you like about these two centers when you were trying to grade them going into this draft class?
Look, I have to say, first and foremost, I mean, I thought that John Michael Schmitz was an absolute steal where the Giants got him at 57 overall. This is a player we're talking about maybe even could sneak into the top 20 because he's super consistent, plays super low, a great bend with his knees, and gets under that pad level when he doesn't give up. The motor runs hot. He's tough. He's flashy. I think he has that kind of lunch pail mentality that the Giants like, and still has some versatility to him at the same time. The Jets, Joe Tippmann, who they drafted at 43, is kind of the opposite. He's super athletic. He's a guy that can pull, has played guard, has played center, has that kind of pop off, right off the snap with his hands because he gets up there before the defensive tackle can even react. And I think what you're seeing is just difference in scheme. JMS, you're playing kind of a more gap power scheme in the interior of that Giants line, and Tippmann and the Jets with that inside zone. You need someone who has the feet to hold up in zone blocking, and that's what Tippmann can do. So I think there were two good picks. This interior line class was very good, but the centers did dry up pretty quickly, and I thought it was smart of both New York teams to kind of get their guy and get the right fit for their scheme.
Any late round value, third round or later guys that you really like the fit of and you think can make an instant impact?
Yeah, I actually like, going back to the Jets, I like the Carter Warren pick, the offensive tackle from Pitt. I mean, I thought, watching Kenny Pickett last year, this left tackle just popped to me. I was like, who is this guy? Like, I like him a lot. He got invited to the Senior Bowl that year, then ended up going back to school, got hurt this year. It kind of hurt his draft stock a little bit. But, I think that could have been a fantastic pick. I had him as a top 100 player, and I like that fit. Kind of in terms of toughness. In round 4, one player that maybe is not talked about too much, another interior lineman, John Gaines, the guard at UCLA, the Cardinals drafted, that had the best agility scores of any interior lineman in the draft, which is the best indicator for NFL success regardless of draft capital. So I think that's going to be a name that's going to start maybe from day one coming out of round 4 because he can move pretty athletically